Hey YouTube. So today we're going to talk about the Zmodo ZM-W0002 camera. That's it sitting on top of my shipping container right there. Let me move so you can get a non-obstructed view. So it's not necessarily going to be a review, but I'm going to tell you what problems I've had with it. I guess it's okay in some instances for some people, but I've had a horrible experience with it, and it's going back. So, first off, let's talk about the installation. They no longer make a PC or Mac-based app to install the thing with. So you've got to have either an iDevice or an Android-compatible device, which meant that I actually bought and found a cheap, it's called an RCA Voyager. It's an Android-based tablet, and it cost me about $35. I got it at Walmart. Anyway, so once I got over the hurdle of not being able to find an application for my PC to control the thing, and having bought the Android thing, I then downloaded the Zmodo app, or APK, anyway, onto my Android thing. The problem was that I was unable to continue with the installation. I got to the point where the tablet saw the camera, and then basically what happens is the tablet sees the camera, and then you basically grab its MAC number and I guess pass that off to your router. So you're using your tablet to sort of straddle the camera and your router, and I was unable to push the continue button to interface with my router. So after about 9 hours of messing around with that and interacting with tech support, I had the wild idea of getting an older version of the Zmodo app, and I went back to I think it was the 4 series of the software, and that actually worked. And the other thing is, on YouTube, all the videos and all the documentation are written for the 4 series of the app, so the screens, you know what you get when you're running the 4 series and looking at the videos. The problem is that they've updated the app. So there's a 5, the 5 now that's out doesn't look really like what the videos and what the documentation say you should be experiencing. So that was a bit confusing. So there's that. So once I got it set up, I thought life was grand. And so that camera right now has an in-house network IP of 192.168.1.8. And so the thing is that my router is inside the RV there, 20 feet away. And so I can ping the camera from the router. So that's not a problem. The problem is that they no longer allow you to view the imagery directly off the camera. You've got to view it at their site where they're hosting it. So what that means is that the images are going from the camera to my router to China, where they're sitting on on a server. And then if I want to see them, I've got to log in to my computer, get on the internet, and basically go to their Zmodo site to see the imagery. I can't sit in the RV and log into my in-house network of 192.168.1.8 and just see the imagery that's being generated 20 feet away. And so it's that reliance on the manufacturer to host the imagery that really sort of offends me and bothers me. Now the problem is that you used to be able to tunnel over to the camera with a browser, and you'd put in the browser and the port number, and you could see the you put in the IP number and the port number into your browser, and you'd be able to see the imagery on Internet Explorer or Firefox or whatever. But they pushed out a firmware upgrade that prevents you from doing that, and you can't get the firmware to back rev it. I looked for a couple of days and I just can't find a version old enough to allow me to do that. So, and then when you ask tech support about getting a firmware back rev, they basically don't answer you. Although they'll answer you about any other question, they just don't want to talk about that. So there was that issue. What else can I tell you? I mean, it's pretty absurd that I can ping the camera from 20 feet away, but I can't access the live feed coming off the camera. So that sort of torques me up as well. And then, because it's all proprietary now, as far as the protocol that the thing is broadcasting out, it means that I can't use any third-party software, any third-party DVR stuff on my laptop in there to interact with the camera. It's all got to be reliant on Zmodo, and again, that torques me, and it's going back. So. There you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, I'm going to post this, and do me a favor, subscribe. It would really be appreciated. All right, we'll talk to you later. Shelco 4 out.